And let's see, he has oh, that's a terrible way to show it.
Yeah. Okay, there you go.
And so he talks about USDA loans, how to apply for them, the qualification requirements, and if you ever get a chance to get a good watch, it's worth the watch. One of the main things that he talked about as far as the importance of, that at least convinced me that it was good to at least try the application because sometimes a lot of people don't know about USDA loans. I know I didn't. So it made sense to, you know, to give it a chance. If you've never applied for something, don't summarize and think, oh, it's just for a farm loan or may not qualify. But a few things that he pointed out was that uh, for the property that you're trying to apply for it to qualify, they must be located in an eligible rural area that's defined by the USDA, and that's the US Department of Agriculture. The USDA website has a map that you can put in the address and it'll show you which if your address qualifies or not.
Hmm. It has to be USDA rural.
Yeah.
Um,
So if you are you able to pull it up?
I'm trying to see, like, I'm just Googling how you would find a list or a website. What are the requirements for California?
Well, the second requirement that for eligibility is that our household income must be below the limit that's set by the USDA for that area, and it's typically 115% of the average income in the area.
Okay.
As far as credit goes, there's no minimum credit score that's officially required, but most lenders expect your score to be more than 640. And in order to use the automated underwriting system. But this particular guy, this gentleman that in this video that we watched from the name of the channel is Win the House You Love.
Okay, so I found the site where you can type in an address and see if you qualify.
Are you able to
Already
share it?
qualifies, yeah. So can I just send the link on here?
Okay.
I'll just like post a link on this chat. It just says private chat. How do you make it open to everybody?
You're not able to chat.
Hmm.
Strange. There we go. I see it.
Okay, but it's private. It's only between me and you.
Me and you.
It's not gonna show.
Well, there's only two of us on the call.
That's fine. Yeah, you're right. So we can search certain areas. Like we can even see like where in Florida would be considered rural, and then look for places over there if that's where we went. Like if that's where you prefer, or we can check like Georgia because I know we wanted to um, try out somewhere near Atlanta.
Can you see it? That's not a good way to. I don't know why it always shows up like that somehow.
Hmm.
How about now? We'll do it this way. Do it this way instead. Oh, that it's in the way. Anyway, single family housing guaranteed. Section 502 guaranteed loan program assists approved lenders in providing moderate income households the opportunity to own adequate, modest, decent, safe, and sanitary dwellings as their primary residence in eligible rural areas. For multi-family housing, rural business, 1 RD guaranteed loan. So I guess this is what the USDA rural development loans are approved for. Single family housing, water and environmental direct loans. And this is for technical assistance and financing that's used to develop drinking water and waste disposal systems. And you can get a loan for a single family housing direct, which is for very low income applicants. You can get community facilities guaranteed. Okay.
Mhm.
Multifamily, you can get loans or loan guarantees and grants that enable owners to develop and rehab properties for low income, elderly, and disabled individuals, families, as well as domestic farm laborers. Rural business programs that will provide financial backing and technical assistance to stimulate business creation and growth. The programs work through partnerships with public and private community based organizations and financial institutions to provide financial assistance, business development, and technical assistance to rural businesses. These programs help to provide capital, equipment, space, job training, and entrepreneurial skills that can help to start or grow a business. 1 RD grant loan, guarantee loan. The 1 RD loan guarantee program is an initiative to create a faster and better customer experience and increase private investment in rural businesses and economic development projects. It makes it easier for lenders to access for rural development loan programs, including water and waste disposal loan guarantee program, community facilities guarantee loan program, business and industry guarantee loan program, and the Rural Energy for America program. Okay, let me check out the rural business one. That sounds interesting. So, on your eligibility, property eligibility, so there's a few more programs under that one as well. The loan basics for business programs. You have businesses like agriculture innovation center program, bio preferred program, business and industry loan guarantees, energy programs, fertilizer production, food supply chain guarantees. So just about any type of farm business that you're interested in, there's loans available for them.
Okay.
So there it is for that website. I think this is one of those things that you have to make out a lot of time to just sit down and apply for. Um, you have to be a U.S. citizen, non-citizen, national, or qualified alien to apply. And then once you've applied, USDA loans are issued by approved private lenders. It's not direct from the USDA, and you need to apply through one of USDA's approved lenders. You can check the list of approved lenders on the USDA website by state. This is another challenge that I think is a roadblock because even though that these USDA loans are technically they're backed by the federal government and they want more people to get them, but you have to go through these third party
Private
banks
banks, yeah,
that
they have their
layer
own
on their own
rules.
policies and rules that pretty much weed out a lot of people.
Yeah, it does because like I mean we've watched that whole video that talks about this, and I mean some of the minimum requirements, like having a 500 credit score, which is not a good credit score,
Yeah,
but a minimum 500. But at the same time, you're probably not going to get it if you have a 500. I mean, they, like you said, ideally, banks want to see 640 or higher for this loan, regardless. And so if you have a 500, it's kind of like, how else will you prove that you can handle this loan? Especially if they don't want you making past a certain amount of money. Like they want to keep your income capped at a certain amount. I
yeah.
think it was like $108,000 a year. That's the maximum amount of money you're allowed to have as your income to qualify for this loan. So, like right away, how can you have such a low score and, you know, also have lesser income and still be able to qualify for this? So I would imagine if you have a low score, you need to have more income.
Yeah,
That's
so
what
this
I think.
private company, private banks are usually the issue, that problem that I find that prevents these loans or grants from getting to the people who really need them. Because once you have to get pre-qualified through the lender, and you do this by contacting a USDA approved lender, and you can find the list on the website, and you provide information like your income, debt, desired loan amount, and then they'll run you through the eligibility requirements based, on the information that I talked about earlier. Once you are pre-qualified, you go through full documentation and underwriting for the pre-approval from the same lender. You need to provide documents like tax returns, pay stubs, bank statements, as they require. The lender will then calculate your debt to income ratio and factor in other criteria for the pre-approval. This again where it's going to be completely up to the lender if they want to allow you to proceed, down the process. So once you are pre-approved, then you can now move on to looking for the property in an eligible rural area that meets the requirements. It's typically uh, like no income producing property, so it can't be an investment property or something property that you're looking forward to making money from. And when you can go ahead and make an offer once you find the suitable property. The lender that you have that pre-approved you will now order an appraisal and fully underwrite your file. Once the lender submits this to the USDA for conditional commitment, um, final approval, it can take a few more days after that. Once you've gotten through that process, you're finally getting to the closer to wrapping the whole thing up, and you're going to move on to closing. And after USDA approval, you get a clear to close from the lender. You now have to attend closing, sign documents, and the home is now yours, or the property is now yours with a 0% down USDA loan. What I really want to know is what the percentage of per year, how many of these loans actually get approved as in relation to the number of applicants.
Hmm.
Let me find out. How many USDA loans are approved with respect to the number of applicants? So I've just searched AI, and it says that USDA loans have become more popular among home buyers who might have otherwise chosen FHA loans due to their 0% down payment requirement and lower mortgage insurance costs. The approval process involves pre-qual, pre-approval, finding an eligible home, and making an offer, underwriting, and then closing. Credit requirements. While the USDA does not have a hard minimum credit score requirement, most lenders prefer at least 620, with 640 being the ideal. And they use an automated underwriting through the guaranteed underwriting system. Loans with lowest credit scores may require manual underwriting, which can be more stringent and time consuming. So the loan volume in 2023, over 35,000 USDA loans were originated, which is significantly lower compared to over 377,000 VA loans in the same time frame. This indicates that while USDA loans are available and beneficial, they are less commonly used compared to other government-backed loans like the VA loans. Approval timeline. The USDA loan can take a process over a month, generally 30 to 60 days, and depending on the applicant's situation and the efficiency of the lender and USDA office involved. So there you have it.
There you have it.
Just because you apply don't mean you're going to get approved, and it takes a little over a month to 2 months to get approved. And in 2023 alone, they said there were only 30,000 applicants. That's hard to believe. That's a very low number.
Well, because no one thinks of USDA as like a mortgage lender. People usually think of USDA, like if they even give out loans, it's going to be for farmers. Because that's what I thought when I saw this. And
Yeah.
it's specifically, this loan specifically is not for farmers. If you want to do anything commercial, no, you cannot have this loan. So this one is just to incentivize people to move to rural communities because they just want to grow the population of the rural areas. They want to make it easy for people to buy property over there. That's really all it is. I have been looking because I know that you wanted to keep Atlanta in mind. I found two cities that are eligible, and or two, I guess, small towns, rural towns that are eligible for this program, and they're only 1 hour away from Atlanta.
Okay.
So those I think would be cities that we want to look at to see if there are any properties for sale that might work for this. And who knows? Maybe we should fill out this application and see if we can move forward with anything. So I think I found our ideal cities. And plus, those are south of Atlanta, so which means we are that much closer to an ocean. Yeah. That much closer to Florida.
Mm-hmm. Well, it starts for the application process. Let's see.
So I guess you can, if it's possible to get it started, maybe we should get it started. Although I have a feeling that there are already some reasons why we won't get it, but I don't want to be negative either. Because you never know. So
Yeah.
it doesn't hurt to fill it out. I've been rejected many times before.
Yeah, it's worth trying.
So
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
didn't I wonder if I still have my credit karma in there.
Yeah, what?
My credit karma. I know you say it's not accurate, but you never know.
Wow.
Wow. Aha! I'm above a 500. Barely. They do care about your debt to income ratio.
Having below a 580 can make it extremely difficult to get approved for a loan. So, what I'm going to suggest that you do instead is actually start working on credit. We suggest people get a target 640 credit score. 580 is around the minimum that we're looking at right now to move forward with a loan approval, but 640 is going to be a really good target for you. So, here are two really good options. Number one is I have a link to a video that's a 10-day plan on how to get your best credit score. I'm going to walk you through everything that you need to do to fix any errors on your credit report and make sure that it's in the best shape possible to get you to that 6 feet target or higher. Another option that you have is if you just have a couple of questions that you want to ask us, maybe even about what you can do to work on.
Blah blah blah. Just like I thought.
Yeah.